Infinite scrolling backgrounds. What's the simplest way to do it in Unity? Let's take a look. Many tricks in a game developer's toolbox involve creating an illusion that something is happening that really isn't. The idea behind a background in a 2D game that stretches into eternity is really no different. Instead of creating a massive image to pan across with a camera, which is really an impossible task for a procedurally generated infinite world, the same effect can be achieved by taking a tiled picture and moving it across a stationary camera. As crazy as that sounds, that's precisely the approach that many games take. In Unity, we're going to need an image that's at least the size of the camera to use as our background. A scrolling effect can be accomplished by first enabling tiling draw mode on the image, then increasing the size of the image to a width that's at least 3 times its current size. Then finally, the scrolling effect can be achieved by increasing and decreasing the X position of the image depending on the direction of the scroll, either left or right. Any effect achieved in the editor by hand is something that can be accomplished programmatically by a script. Let's see how to do that now. First, create a horizontal background scroller script and attach it to the background object. In the start method, we need the instance of the sprite renderer that's currently attached to the background object. Just like we did in the editor, we'll need to set the draw mode to tiled and increase the size of the image by 3 times its current width. Going back to Unity and starting the play mode, we can see that this effect is working. Next, we'll need to create a private float field to hold the scroll speed. In addition, we'll flag this as a serialized field so that we can later set this in the editor. In the update method, we can move the image by increasing its left position by the scroll speed times the time.delta time. Moving the image to the left allows for a positive scroll speed to make the camera appear to move from the left to the right, the normal forward direction in most 2D games. Multiplying by time.delta time ensures the image moves exactly the amount that it would have in the last frame update to achieve a smooth scrolling effect. Back in the Unity editor, we can give the background a scroll speed of 5 now and test it in play mode. And it works. At least until we reach the edge of the image. Let's fix that now. To achieve the infinite scrolling effect, all we need to do is reset the image's position to the origin once the camera has panned all the way to either the left or the right hand side. Start by creating a private float variable to store the image width. Back in the start method, we can use the sprite renderer to get the size of the image. It's important to do this before resizing the image or else the effect won't work properly. In the update method, we need to take the absolute value of the current position of the image. By taking the absolute value, we can see how far the image has moved regardless of whether it's moving left or right. If the image's X position has moved more than the width of the original image, then it's time to reset the position back to 0. With those changes in place, we can test it again in the Unity editor. And it works! So there you have it, backgrounds that stretch into infinity in an easily reusable solution. Be sure to like and subscribe if this was helpful to see more tips like it in the future. And if you have a technique of your own that you use to scroll infinite backgrounds, be sure to leave a comment below to share it with everyone. While you're down there, you can find links to this project on GitHub, as well as a link to the original artwork that was used. Finally, click on the screen now if you want to see me use this technique to build a complete 2D side-scrolling game from start to finish. Until next time, live creatively.